I'm looking forward to our first hateful comment, like y'all stupid, ugly bitches.
Yeah, so
then I don't feel like we
them
like,
down.
first of all,
I am.
Will somebody call me a trout mouth bitch? Like, what the fuck is that? I was like,
See, we gotta be quick.
welcome back to our channel. I just want to give everybody a special thank you for watching our last video. Thank you for the support, for all of the, warm comments we got from friends and family.
And the new subscribers, thank you.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
So this time we actually have a name. We're NYC Chatroom with Tiffany and Lauren.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, yes, I like that.
So
it was actually Lauren's idea because we were stumped on a name, and so.
Yeah. And we figured,
tell them about the inspiration. I think it's super cool.
Yeah, we figured, we're, of that era where everybody started up with dial-up. And you remember when you used to be in the chat rooms back in the day, every chat room used to have a special name. So we figured since we're from New York, NYC Chat Room.
There you have it. We have a name.
Yeah. Today we're going to be talking about some of the headlines that's been going on in the, I guess, blog world and, entertainment world as far as CardiB and Offset, and most recently Wendy Williams and her husband Kevin Hunter and his, I guess, mistress, side chick. Apparently, the story goes, as far as the Wendy Williams situation, is they've been together for years and years now. We've known them of always being married, but apparently this woman that he's had on the side, he's had for many years, and apparently, allegedly, she's pregnant, again, allegedly, and this time seems to have really taken a toll on Wendy Williams.
Hotline. Yes. And then we talked about this the other day. Where were you? Okay, we talked about this. Okay. And I insist that you knock on the door and act a fool.
And apparently this being the last straw of the whole infidelity situation.
This is more about our opinion about it. Mm-hmm. We don't have any inside information about her life or her as a person or any of these people that we might talk about. But I think that we all go through stuff, whether you're in the public eye or not. And I think this is something that all women, especially if you are you've gone through some things in life, you can relate to. So let's just remember when we're talking about these people that we're not perfect, our lives are not perfect, and we've gone through things that might embarrass us.
But these situations are not new. It happens a lot and quite often in our community. With Wendy Williams being who she is, it's still that question as to why she still took it for all of these years.
No, because when you have so much notoriety and money, who you gonna find? You can't just roll up in the gas station and get a number, because they might be taking your number because you're Wendy Williams, because you're Beyonce.
That is true.
So you feel kind of like, okay, this person was with me from the jump. I know that originally they were here for just me. So now that they've completely messed up our relationship, I don't want to start over with some new person who might be an opportunist and who's going to do the same things anyway, cheat on me down the line.
To me, the husband always was, because the only claim to fame that and from what I know, he's ever had is working as far as her show, her things, her manager, whatever the case may be. So, like she said, I guess sometimes you just accept, what you can get because of the fact some of those women have so much that what else are you gonna find?
It's like, imagine if you hit whoever you're with right now and you hit the lotto and they start bugging, it's like it might seem easy to just cast them aside, but now you have $58 million. How can you just gonna meet someone in the club? They probably gonna kill you.
What?
Right? How are you gonna move on that easily? It's like you feel like, well, I know this person's flaws and I know their faults. I know what I'm getting here. Let me go out and meet someone else who, is just not going to be about shit anyway. So let me just give you another chance. It's true. The comfort level.
Exactly. I'm working on it. I feel bad for her. A lot of people are really getting on her.
I don't feel bad for her.
And see, a lot of people.
I feel bad for the situation, but not her. She's put too much negativity out into the universe for me to turn around and say, oh, you got a scandal, boo hoo. She laughs at other people's scandals. So I
See, here's the thing. I don't think she laughs because we've seen Wendy Williams break out in tears a few times.
I've cried, according to them, because you guys say I cry a lot. I've only cried 23 times in 500 shows. Yeah, which I would have thought it was more also.
I don't think it's that she's laughing. She's just saying the truth about these people.
You remember vintage Wendy Williams when she was on the radio?
Yes.
She was ruthless.
She was, but that's because she had to get
we didn't
where
see.
she had to get to the Wendy Williams that she is today. I think people forget Wendy Williams she's doing a job. That's her job. The same way we look at blogs and blogs talk shit about people and we see it in written form. Wendy Williams is just a face. She's a person. She's the one who actually dishes it. So I think as far as people saying, oh, well, now she can get on there and talk about her own mess and stuff like that, I think the reason that she's not going to do that is because she feels like that's you guys' job. I do my job to report other people's business, so you do your job to report my business. In that way.
I think she just spilled her own tea. She's always talking about other people and laughing. It's mean-spirited. I haven't watched like current day Wendy. I don't really watch her show, but I used to listen to Wendy on Hot 97. I used to listen to her when she was on the radio.
At 98.7.
Was that where she was?
Yes.
And she was at Hot 97 too, right? For a hot
went
second?
there after that. She got, I don't know if she got fired from all of them.
She's a hypocrite. This is one of the reasons why I don't like Wendy Williams. Is that back in the MySpace days, I remember this because I was following her. What do we call it? Following, friended, whatever. She was on my MySpace, and she had in her little bio that her pastimes was getting into fights with Angie Martinez in Hot 97 bathroom. And then she was on her show talking about something else, and she asked one of her audience members, have you ever gotten into a fight? And people raised their hands. She's like, oh, animals! I've never gotten into a fight in my whole life. I'm like, you hypocrite ass bitch. Damn! You said on MySpace that you fought Angie Martinez in the bathroom. And you were boasting about it.
I think there was some wiggle to that. Cause
I think Angie Martinez beat her ass in the bathroom. But she was popping her collar on MySpace though, talking about so for me.
Of course, she's going to bring that up.
She talks down to people in the audience. You know how many times I've seen she had the mic. This one girl, she was trying to talk, and the girl placed her hand on the mic like this, and she was like,
Apparently you are not a frequent watcher.
I'd have snatched that wig clean off like Wendell. All right? You big, but I'm big too.
Oh,
what's
God,
good?
I love Wendy.
I would have been like, I don't have no comment. The girl was like, she's so mean.
She's
so mean.
And now
but she's sensitive, and you can tell.
Yeah, because now
when you talk about her,
saying,
she looks like she's about to cry.
Yeah, allegedly now they're even saying, with the whole situation, and she's going through Graves' disease as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're saying that she's starting to self-medicate, and the people.
What is Graves' disease?
I think that's I don't know exactly what it means, but I know that's the one where you ever see people with really bugged eyes. I don't know if it's okay, so here it is. Graves' disease. Oh, I didn't know it was treatable. An immune system disorder of a butterfly-shaped gland in the throat of the thyroid. From that, and then she had, and I mean, physically, you could definitely see a change in her.
That Chloe and Kylie leaked the emails allegedly fake. Kylie is saying it's an alleged fake relationship. Gee, you think?
And I think it has a lot to do with that situation as far as, the husband, and because they've been together so long, and for that to come to an end, I think she was just willing to accept that he was going to have this side woman, and she was okay with that as long as there wasn't any new surprises. And the fact that now, allegedly she's pregnant again, I mean, I'm sure that's hurtful, because I think the whole Wendy Williams getting pregnant, I know she had a difficult pregnancy, she talks about a lot. For women who have either lost a child or unable to conceive children, you hear about a lot of famous people like Gabrielle Union, she's voiced it. John Legend's wife, Chrissy Teigen, she's also voiced it about how hard it is to conceive children and how sometimes it makes them feel like, less of a woman or not as strong or whatever the case may be. So I think a lot of that is something that she's felt over the years, and I think he's contributed to that because I don't think he's a nice person. And from what I've heard from other people, he's very difficult to deal with as far as working.
She might be difficult to work with, but she doesn't seem like she's that great to work with either. And I feel like a lot of times energy-wise, you kind of link up with your frequency, and I think she's a negative person from what she's putting out. I don't know her personally, but from what I've seen, I always thought she was really mean. She had Nas' baby mama came on her show one time when they started filming it, when Charlamagne was on there, and she was talking to her, and the
Which
girl
one? Khalees?
Carmen,
the first
and
one.
she got up and she sprayed Lysol on her chair. I'm like, that's some shit you get popped for. I would turn around like, don't fucking play with me.
Yeah.
Like, imagine getting up,
She
someone's
does
like,
do some shady stuff.
you ain't have to do that. And then she was like spraying her hands like, The girl said she had sex with Jay-Z and Nas, and now you're spraying Lysol.
Yeah.
She's treated women like shit. Oh, Danny Kane was on her show. I have so many examples. I have a track record on you, Wendy. There's gossip, which is kind of a seedy thing to do.
But we
appreciate it, right?
All right.
We
We
appreciate
all
it.
do
It's entertainment. But I think there's a cleaner way to do it.
I think you just have to be like unbiased about it. Like you have to, you can state your opinion.
Angela Yee, she talks about gossip, but she just says what the fuck it is.
Angela Yee is shady. Sometimes she gets on my nerves.
She hasn't said anything to me in my hearing yet that has been like,
I've heard some
fundamentally
stuff
I don't like you. I feel like I could be friends with Angela Yee.
No.
I could never be friends with Wendy. Me and her would have some problems. Because she does things that's like the grabbing of the mic, the spraying of the Lysol. But remember Dawn, pre-plastic surgery?
Yeah,
she was on her show with Danny Kane, and she was like, oh, look at you, sizing them up body-wise. And she was like, smile. And then she was like, stop. Gossiping.
Yeah, that's
all mean.
Wendy Williams and her own issues that she's dealt with as far as what she's looked like all these years. And even though she acts like, everything rolls off her back, it doesn't.
And how do you think people have felt after they leave her show? Like, oh, she played me in that audience. If you're a male, oh, how he doing? To every damn body all willy-nilly. How many people she done accused of being gay over the years, and how did that affect them?
I think she felt like she had to in order to be that top dog of the gossip
We all
world.
have things that, we could whip a titty out right now to get this channel popping.
Right. Bitch, what? Right.
But you have to have your code of ethics. You have to be able to say, I'm not willing to do that. And to have certain things on your spirit, this is how things like that manifest. I'm not saying she caused him to cheat on her.
Yeah.
I do not feel bad for Wendy Williams.
Yeah. That love pain is something that's serious. So when it comes to that, I do feel bad for her.
If you want to get better and get healthier, you need to first clean your own spirit up from the people you stepped on to get where you're going. And then you need to purge and be alone for a while. Because you've been alone, Wendy. You've been alone this whole time.
Much.
Okay? It was a facade for your son, for the public, right? But you've been alone. Be alone for real and love it. But you have to first be 100% comfortable with being by yourself. And I'm saying this from experience.
Because Wendy is, as she says, a woman of a certain age. I don't know how that feeling is or whatever the case may be. It's a hard thing to deal with on a daily basis. And it's not saying that no man defines me or whatever the case may be, but you want to have that person that will always have you, that always will be in your corner, that will always have your back, that you never have to question, that even though you guys may have a fight, you still don't question if you guys are going to make it tomorrow. You just know you have a fight and then y'all going to get over it the next day. It's a tough feeling to not have that security in whatever or whoever you're dealing with.
What she needs to do, she don't need to worry about no dating. She needs to get well, get in alignment with her spirituality.
Just get well.
Build your self-love. Because if your man has a house down the street, he wasn't spending nights at home, Wendy, you know it. There were times when he was missing.
Definitely.
He was with this girl And
the thing is when you're with a man and he has a side chick and you know about it and accept it, in some ways you're the side chick. Like, you're the side chick in your own relationship because you're allowing it to go on. If the person's not trying to give you or be the person that you need them to be or that you want them to be, then what's the point? Stop doing this to women. Stop.
Remember, back in the day, in the 90s, I'm going to say, there was a whole different code to the way this game was played. If you were going to cheat, there were rules to it. Where are the cheating rules? Like, cheating is bad.
And that brings us to the Cardi B and Offset situation. As far as where are the rules? Cheating is bad, okay?
It's bad.
Okay? Cheating
is bad. But there's rules to it. If any, there's a right way to do the wrong thing. And I don't want that to be taken out of context. And I'm saying, oh yeah, cheat as long as you're.
So don't you dudes out here talking about?
But it's definitely come down a notch. So cheating used to be like this, and it was horrible. Now it's like this. But when you would cheat, you had your wife, right? And we're gonna add the E on the end for the non-marrieds, your common laws and your people who were just were together for 5 years. Wife or and wifey. Wife and wifey were synonymous. When you got the ring, you were official tissue. You know what I mean? Like you was the real deal. But when you were wife, that ring, you too fly at that point. Okay, exactly. So it's wife, and you fuck with somebody's wife, you fucking with your life. Okay, wifey, that's just a good beat down. You know what I mean? But so wife and wifey got everything. They got your love, your affection, your kind words, your money, your dates, your gifts, right?
Everything.
And this is for the type of dirty scoundrel that was a cheater. And then for the under that, you had your side bitch, because she's a bitch to you. And she might get a chicken dinner here and there, but it's not nowhere nice. It's the sizzler. Y'all remember the sizzler? That's what
sizzler was disgusting.
But back in the day, you were taking your side chick to the chain restaurants,
right?
Just to be able to get
far away.
Exactly.
You weren't going around the corner.
And she
from
knew
where
it.
You
She knew that y'all little fake dates weren't really dates. That she was being tucked away
agreement.
In the
it wasn't understanding
dumpster, because if we went somewhere nice, I might get caught, and I'm not going to get caught.
Right.
And you might even just get takeout all the time. You might never see the light of day.
Even phone calls. You don't ignore your wifey, main chick's phone call.
Sorry, bitch, is supposed to be quiet.
Exactly.
When wifey calls, it's supposed to be like, yo, be quiet.
Exactly.
It's like, yes, hello, yes, I'll be home.
I will be home.
And then he hangs up. She's salty. You knew what this was.
Exactly.
Hit her with one of those. That's it. You knew what this was. The dangerous game in that is that when bitches getting their feelings, you can't predict when they're going to go ahead and
but that's the cost, if you want to play the boss.
When you follow the rules, when you get caught, your wife can at least feel like she didn't get what I get. What? Okay, so you did this awful, terrible. I hate you.
But my life is set. My bills are paid.
Exactly. Did you pay her bills?
Clean. Exactly.
Did you
take money out of my kids' mouth?
You took her to the same restaurants I was going to. You took her on trips. You bought her the same, designer bag that you bought me. So you got her one, you got me a matching one. The stuff like that means that she can laugh at your wife and say, I'm on her level. Right. Wendy got a house, he got a house down the street.
Exactly.
No, the most that she should have got is in a little apartment in the hood somewhere. Put her in the Bronx. Put that bitch in the Bronx. Ain't no house down I'm supposed to walk down the street and see the side bitch. No, I don't want to feel like she's living like me, because then I can't forgive you. I can't do it. Play the rule. I need to be able to look at your side bitch. Mind you, I am not dealing with cheating. I'm not saying I accept that in any potential relationship I would be in. I'm just saying.
Yes.
If you're cheating, I need to believe that when she calls me, she's like, I was fucking your husband. It's like, what did you get? Dick?
Right.
Bye, bitch. And I don't want you to be able to be like, oh, he did this for me, that for me, and when you were here, we were there.
And as Beyonce says, I had to look at her and see she had half of me. And see she's had half of me. She even half of me. Let that marinate on your soul.
You want to be able to a woman, men, I hope you're listening. Let this be education. If you fuck up, your woman wants to be able to look at that bitch and go, bitch, you ain't never gonna get what I get from him. I got this diamond, that car. What you got, bitch? Fuck.
Exactly again.
And what did you get? You got used like an old tissue. That's what you got. So goodbye and get off my phone. if she's able to be like, oh no, I didn't get used, I got sacks.
If she's able to say what your house look like, what your bed look like, what your kids go to school,
that'll get you killed. That'll get you fucked up.
And that's what's wrong with these situations with men. You guys don't know boundaries. Cheating is
she don't belong in your real life.
You should not be cheating. You should be faithful, because it's not hard to be faithful. I don't want to hear that bullshit from men talk about temptation. I'm a weak man when it comes to women, or whatever the case may be. If you're a weak man when it comes to women, you're weak all around. Yeah. Okay, so that's not an excuse. If you can't contain what's in your pants, when you have a woman that's home that's doing your cooking, your cleaning, helping you pay your bills, helping you build your life, if you have all of that at home and you still feel the need to go out and be with some other woman just because of your sexual needs, that's weakness. It's not.
So to reiterate, men, if you're going to cheat, you're a piece of crap.
Yes.
But there are rules.
If you're going to cheat, do it the right way.
Bills paid, unless you rich like that. If you puffy, you can afford it. It's nothing to you. But
regular, she still knows her place.
She should. If you're puffy and your wifey is in the mansion, your side bitch is in an apartment in the Bronx,
in the pool house.
Exactly. She has to clean that bitch too. Ain't no help.
She be out there just
exactly. Like when you show me, like, yo, why you ain't clean the pool when I got here? You know what this was?
Right.
A side bitch should hear that once a day. You know what this is, and if she doesn't know what it is, and that's where you get to the point of the side bitches calling your wife because she thought she was somebody. You put that battery in her back.
Right.
You did that when you. Oh, I have a problem. Oh, what's the problem, side bitch? Tell me so I can fix it. What you fixing her problems for?
Right.
She's disposable. If you start catching feelings, you're a horrible cheater.
Saying you got to pay to play is true. If you out here not doing nothing with yourself and your wife is out here doing everything, you ain't got no business cheating. Go find a job. Yeah. Go find some type of income.
Broke niggas and you cheating.
Go find something to do with your day. That's another thing I want to talk about. If you are a house man and your wife is out there, she shouldn't have to come home and still worry about the cooking, the cleaning, and the laundry. That's something that you need to do. Okay, that's on the side note. I just felt like getting that off my spirit and I had to say that. And then the next thing is with the whole Cardi B and Offset thing, give her some space. You doing all these public apologies. People are saying, oh, well, he embarrassed her in public, he has to say I'm sorry in public. No, he doesn't, in my opinion. I mean, yes, it's nice to maybe make one statement saying, I fucked up. I apologize. This is my wife. I'm sorry for what I did. But you showing up at her concerts, I don't know if it's a publicity stunt or not. I'm just talking on face value. Showing up at her concerts and all this extra things while she's trying to perform. Stop messing with that girl's mind. That is manipulative. He knows that girl loves him. He knows that she genuinely wants to be with him regardless of what he has done. She does want to be with him, but she needs time and she needs space. We'll come back, maybe she won't, but you have to allow her that time to make that decision.
For me, the gestures aren't as offensive as how many times have we been at this place in a relationship,
and
has
that's
she caught him before? So
yes.
if you pull up on me and you're like, oh, baby, please, with the flowers and the gestures, but this is the 6th time we've been here. But, if you did something wrong to me, I do want you to beg for me to come. I want to feel like you're hurting.
Yeah,
I do want to feel that.
Definitely, gestures are fine, like sending me things occasionally. But for me, the best apology is changed behavior. I need to see a change in you. Men, you have to show a change. You can't just give things. Like, gifts are fine. We love gifts. Gifts are great. But what else are you giving besides these physical gifts? Like, what are you telling me? What are you showing me? Other than just, here's a card, here's a flower, here's a this, here's a... I even had someone send a message through a fax machine at my job. Like,
I want all of that. I want to... I mean, to an extent, if I'm really done with you, then all of that is annoying the dog shit out of me. But if I still love you and I'm trying to be tough and trying to teach you a lesson, I will appreciate all those grand gestures and your desperate attempts, because I want to. When you get hurt like that, you feel like you don't matter to the person.
Right.
When they're doing all this stuff, it kind of puts a little band-aid on that sting. In terms of forgiveness in that situation, I don't know. She probably knows more than we know. She read actual text messages and saw receipts and did stuff. But it depends on how he cheated. Did he get emotional? Did he buy someone a piece of jewelry that was expensive? Did he fly someone to
He flew them
the
out.
south of France? If he flew them to New Orleans,
Flew them out.
that's nothing. On Spirit Airlines, that's nothing.
No,
Okay.
they don't know
That's
Spirit.
when you're a rich nigga, like you can just be like, okay, come to me so I can get what I need. You can go where you're going. But if you flew them to a nice exclusive resort where they had a good time, they ate lobster, I saw the receipt. It depends on how he was doing the cheating too. Did he just get what he wanted to get and then cast them aside?
And that's the next thing. A question to men, if you're watching, it's like, what is it that you want? Because Cardi B has made it very clear that she's a very, sexually giving person.
Is she
as
being
far
about
as
the
what
talk
she does?
though? Are they
I don't
around
think
each other?
so.
Are they working?
I think
is one
she's
person
very
here and one person there?
I think they do have busy schedules. That's obvious because Cardi B is popping right now. But at the same time, she's made it clear, that she does what she has to do to keep her man happy. And with that, what else is it that you're seeking?
Variety.
Like men, like what is it?
Variety.
Like you
And
haven't
she's
even
one
given
lady.
everything.
She's one lady. So if you can pay for a threesome and that's what you're about,
Right.
that's a very immature trait, I think, in a man when you haven't gotten that out of your system and you still are you still aren't impressed by stuff like that. Like I feel like a lot of us women, we go through we all have at least one thug nigga we try to date, and it was like, ew. Like you get older and you're like, I don't want a thug nigga. That's too much. It's
Right.
too much drama. I want a nice boy. I want a nice man that, pays taxes and goes to work. So, I mean, when are you guys going to grow up and realize that it's not all about some variety?
Right.
Isn't that get boring after a while? Like,
That's
how many
what
vaginas do you need
Right.
to dive in
That's
before you're like,
exactly.
I'd rather just have that security.
Right. Nowadays we see men in their 40s
Yeah,
and,
that's
and 50s
sad. You look crazy.
still.
You're like the old guys
Right.
with the cornrows that's by the
At
corner
some
store.
point, you're in
that's
your
still
30s.
chilling
Like, grow
at 3 o'clock in
up.
the afternoon.
Grow up.
I was actually given advice
Sad.
from a family member, saying that if I have a man and he pays my bills and he takes care of home financially, and I don't want for anything, and he didn't get anybody pregnant, that I should just accept cheating because all men cheat. So if I leave my man for cheating, I'm just gonna get cheated on by the next guy.
Yeah.
So if everything is right and up to par, that I should accept that.
And that's a sad sentiment that we keep getting told and that we're told we have to accept. That's sad.
I think that there are men who got it out of their system or it never was in their system. There's like 10 of y'all. Call me. All right.
Just one. I just
there's 10 of y'all on this whole globe
one who
that
is
did
loyal
it already or never
and who
wanted
is
to do it.
faithful.
Understand, especially Offset. He's been on the radio for a while now, writing music in that circle. I'm sure he's seen a lot of fake booties, and he's blah, 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 and a bunch of them. How much more do you need,
Right,
Offset?
of the same booty, because now we see that a lot of these women
All
in
y'all
the
look
industry
the same.
look the
Especially
same.
once y'all put y'all lace fronts on,
Yes.
and y'all lashes,
And y'all go to the
y'all
same
fake booty,
doctor.
y'all all look like the same
same.
shit.
How-
As what my man Plies, he said his D is precious. Y'all need to get some respect for y'all D. All right? And if you don't respect it, don't sit here and get a woman to respect it for you.
Right.
And then disappoint
go
her.
out. Right.
Be a hoe. Live your best whole life.
And go
Don't
be by
putting-
yourself
don't
and be
putting
a
rings
hoe.
on people.
Stop. Exactly.
Offset.
Do
You
not
should have
put a
kept.
ring.
If you knocked up Cardi B, you could have just kept her as baby mama number 47, and you could have kept on hoeing. You went and put papers on this relationship,
Right.
You
and that's
legalized
selfish.
it,
That
and
shows you how
kept on
selfish
hoeing?
men are.
A significant other, former significant other. I've been told this. I've heard this in passing. Men feel like if we were to cheat or step out, that our emotions are involved, and when they do it, it was just physical. But that may be true, but sometimes when you look at the situation, there was emotional stuff going on.
Yeah, it's
there was I love
something.
yous being exchanged.
Right. There was cuddling.
There was extra stuff going on. There was, I have this issue, and they called up your man to fix their issue. That's not, it was just a physical thing. You know what I mean? The only time it's truly a physical thing is if it's a prostitute, they pulled the car up, they hopped in, they did their due, they got paid, they left. But a lot of times when it's a side chick, there's texting, Merry Christmas. It might be a day late, but they're getting attention too. There's emotional stuff going on.
Right.
I guess women are supposed to get some kind of satisfaction in that it's like, oh, but if it came down to it, I would choose you. At least tell myself that she was just a toy, and we can. I'm not just gonna accept it and move on. We have to rebuild. We have to go to counseling, whatever it is, reconnect, build trust. But I need to build that trust. I need to build on the foundation of I'm special, and she can never believe that she ever was.
Yeah.
So it all depends on how that really looks when she looks at it, and that's what something I think that only she knows.
Right.
What can she believe about? Because clearly, I don't know the girl's name, but she keeps running her mouth on the internet from what I saw, and she's clearly, what is she, like 19? She sounds like a fucking airhead.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
She sounds ridiculous.
It's trying to be petty.
How does he
trying
feel
to stick the knife
in
even farther?
Yeah, like
than
so you put this little bitch in a position to taunt me,
right?
And because of her station in life, all of our station, like I'm not a millionaire, but I can't pull up like I used to when I was 16 and go swing on somebody, because then they'll call the cops on me. And I'm not trying to be in central booking over you
and our bones
and your
don't
variety.
work the same.
It don't. Like now I'm iced up in central booking.
Exactly.
With some Bengay.
With a whole bruise, not even know where it came
She should
from.
feel some type of way with her sitting there talking crazy on the internet. Like she should feel some type of way. Like you know, you put her in a position to kiki and laugh in her face, and you know, I'm sure she gets a lot of that just from the public, from haters and stuff. You made one that got a little too close to her life because you did that.
Yeah. I don't think all is lost. I think they are going to get back together. And this whole thing with recently them going to Puerto Rico with each other, and him and her saying that she did it because, you know, she needed some D. I miss it. A lot. I mean, we all crave physical affection. That's just human nature.
And you're not going to run out,
right?
And when you're in that situation and go get some strange, like
right?
Guys
especially you're married, like. So for Cardi to say that was just an excuse. She missed him. She wanted to be around him.
Why are you downplaying the D right now?
It is.
First of all,
y'all need to stop.
If you were married before and you had constant access to the D, and now you beefing with your man,
I'm good.
And what? I'm sorry.
I have a strawberry cheesecake and some wine.
No, and then some D, because I'm gonna be like, listen, bring your. You know, especially when it's that fresh. I'm going to smash my man.
For me, it's more of an emotional thing. Like, and I feel like it's the same for Cardi, because she could have went out and got whatever she wanted. It didn't have nothing to do with just needing, you know, the D. It had to do with the fact that she wanted.
She loved him.
Right. That's all it had to do with. It had nothing to do with wanting the D. But when you love
somebody, their D is like golden.
Yeah, because there's an emotional attachment there, and that's why
What is that?
I know. Every video this watch is doing something crazy.
It's like, whoop. What
you want is that person.
Yeah.
So you know,
the hell?
Women. I don't know. She's acting up.
She said, "Yeah." That's what it sounds like she said.
She's co-signing. See, Siri even missing whoever's.
I listen. Whoever
but she gave him what he wanted.
But that's her husband. But girlfriend and fiancés cheated on. That's one level. You could just be like, oh, take that back. I'm done with you, and that's it. But when you're married, if you're married and you have no assets and no children, then you can just walk away, get a, you know, what do they call it, a self-divorce. And you can go on about your business. Then there's a level where you have established property, businesses, and human beings that you share DNA with.
And long story short, no matter what you do, no matter what we do, women, ladies, we can never change what a man wants to do. It's what we try to do. Men too, same thing. You can't change a woman unless she's ready to be changed. That's something that she has to want within herself, and that's something that he has to want to do for you. Yeah.
You can't just keep being mad at the same thing. Accept your position. Say, you know, he does him, and you know, I choose not to do me, or I do me to it. We have an open marriage, but you know, build a life that works for you. If no woman can step into my space. First of all, I'm very territorial.
Yeah.
And that's gonna go left.
I'm a very jealous person.
Oh my God, that's why I always said, I'm very, very straight.
I am.
But I could never have a threesome because I swear to God I'd end up fighting that bitch.
Yeah.
I'll be in mid like the throes of it, just pull a hair, like, I don't know, I just got mad. I know my limitations. There are women who are in polygamy right now, and it works for them.
I don't know how.
I don't know how either.
I'm not sharing no days.
Because I wish you would
if I want you on Thursday, you better be here.
I keep the door open like I don't give a damn if it's Thursday. I don't care. You better come to my room right now.
And then you look twice like,
I know, right? I did say something, Betty. I wish you would. Every night's my night. What is wrong with you? You can't.
You sitting there like Brian Mary, like, I ain't gonna say no more. Like, you better come this way.
And I'll leave her door open on the walk out.
Exactly. Like,
close the door.
You close the door. Get your ass up and close that door.
You thought.
Again, thanks for joining us. Thanks for our second round of this. There will be many more. Again, this is NYC Chatroom with Tiffany and Lauren. Join us back again next week. We're going to try to do this weekly. So, join us weekly. Subscribe, share, make a comment. We do take critiques as well. As long as they're constructive. We appreciate it.
Chime in. Even if you disagree, I like honest dialogues.
I'm excited.
Thank you again to everybody who subscribed.
And joining us on this journey.
I'm giddy about that. You don't even know. So it's cool.
Yeah.
But thank you. All right, so I'll cut it there.
Like Ratamino, one and but me foot, done.